Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Brian Winnekins at Commodity Classic, and thank you to our Commodity Classic sponsors, including Alsivia Co-op, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, Osteoplastics, and Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. And Mike Berget from Darlington joins us. He's a corn grower from Darlington. He's the vice president of the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things going on here at Classic with Wisconsin corn growers today. And Mike, thanks for joining us. Well, Corn Congress was wrapping up. What were some of the things that you noticed in Corn Congress that was talked about?
We didn't have any big issues this time. We basically went through some of the resolutions and just updated the language in it. Maybe more about climate, some of the climate smart stuff, the climate issues in that needed to be updated from what we've had in the past. But other than that, there wasn't any really, I would say, real critical issues that we had.
I know that there's a little bit of talk about starting to look at the farm bill for next year. Did any of that even come up?
Yeah, we're there. Our people are working on already. Our president was at hearings here last week, and he'll probably be there 4 or 5 more times this year. So they're working on it and taking our resolution issues that we've decided on, that he's getting his point across to it. So yeah.
I know one of the big things that everyone's been talking about recently, obviously, has been the fuel prices. And it just seems ironic that, we have these high fuel prices, but there's not this big push for biofuels.
Yeah, we just are real trying to get that point across. Our president, the National Corn Growers, was going to have a meeting with Velsac after his speech, and he was going to put that point to him that we could solve this fuel problem by just taking about 10% of the E10 and take it to 15, and we would eliminate. We wouldn't have a shortage from the Russian oil being cut off.
Talking with Mike Berget from Darlington. He's vice president of the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association here at Commodity Classic. Let's turn our attention to some things going on in Wisconsin. I know one big issue that Wisconsin corn growers always kind of have to keep an eye on is the Atrazine issue.
Yeah, we're actually, that's a pretty serious thing right now, because there's some national stuff with the EPA being going on where they're going to reissue the permit for that, and we're having a meeting at 2 o'clock with representatives from the government on that, and we're just we want all the farmers to get their word out to their representatives in that and get that point across that we need to save that product, because it's been stable, it's safe, we know how to handle it, and if we lose that, it's one more or less tool in our toolbox against these resistant weeds and that.
Meanwhile, with some of the other corn growers from Wisconsin that came along for the trip, what are some of the things that y'all have been kind of talking about? I'm thinking, let's see, corn prices and fertilizer.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about things are we need to be make sure that we keep ethanol at the forefront, because that's our stable and our price, and also it's a good product right now for the climate because it cuts the carbon, and that I think that's our biggest worry, is that we keep that in, and with the new aviation fuel. That with the oil, with soy oil, it sounds like that's going to be a big plus, and we're going to be able to use corn oil on that, and that's going to be a big thing. And we just need to keep it in the forefront so it keeps the right track.
So as we get ready for spring planting, are you ready on the home farm?
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, we're pretty much ready to go, and we're just waiting, for a few pieces of equipment yet. Some parts have been a little bit. But on most of all, I think we've gotten most of the stuff we need. So this year sounds like it's going to work out. What I've heard is that there's some worry about 23 if this continues on, and where it goes from here.
That is Mike Berget. He's vice president of the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. From Commodity Classic, I'm Brian Winnekins.